The Ready program has two different components to it. It's the Ready and the iReady. And Ready is the materials that you have access to implement the lessons, whether they be whole group, small group, independent, and as well as independent practice. The iReady portion of it is the online internet part where the students will take diagnostic tests, growth monitoring tests, and then we use that information to guide our instruction. The tool online will generate questions and lessons directly to each individual student based on their needs.
And that informs us kind of where are they starting at the beginning of the year, what skills do they already know, what have they held on from the previous year, and then kind of what are their strengths and what are their weaknesses right from the get-go.
It helps them to be able to work on 5th grade concepts, 6th grade, and then in the reading they can go up to 8th grade.
I like iReady because they have fun little characters that you can play with.
It gives me great data where I can see how successful the students are in a specific area and what we need to talk about, what we need to reflect on in class.
I've never before had an intervention platform that met the individual students' needs. I knew they were struggling because we always give tests or assessments, but I wasn't sure really how to help or reach that student.
Not only is it how many lessons am I completing, it's how many lessons am I successfully completing.
It really helps you to catch up where all the other students are.
It is amazing information that I get about a student. I can get it down into if they're struggling in nonfiction text or if they're really growing in fiction text. I also get personalized information about that student.
More engaging.
I'm able to see if they are growing. So even though it may not seem that they are on grade level, I'm able to see they are growing, they are learning, they are developing.
The program really allows us to diagnose where their weaknesses are versus their strengths and directly hit those and remediate as needed.
There's no time lost in the classroom trying to dig or trying to analyze what's happening. The information coming out of iReady gives a teacher the best chance to move the student to deeper understanding by knowing where they are.
There is no more guessing as, well, I think my student's a high math kid, they tend to do really well. It kind of does that work for us. So we have a pretty good picture of the students as they're coming in.
They give kids an opportunity to know what they know and to work towards their own personal goals in real time.
It's really a great tool for them to be challenged.
The teachers still need to know what to do with the students once they have that information. It's not a catch-all that magically fixes everybody. You still have to have good instructional strategies and good instructional resources.
So what Lexia is, it's a reading software program that we use here at Pickett.
You have to take a test at first, and eventually it puts you on this level.
The kids work through it, absolutely love working through the different levels.
It'll show us at a high, medium, and low level where their struggle is at.
We're all separated, we're not in all one big of a clump, and it helps you realize that you don't all have to do it all, So you get to learn different things at different times, and then sometimes it'll help you out with schoolwork.
We've only been on it a month, and every 30 days it's updating our data, shows us where it's at, and I'm able to pull real-time groups sometimes because it updates so quickly on all the reports.
As the administrator, I can give you a snapshot of what's going on in every single classroom and every student in the building.
Even though it might be challenging, you will eventually learn how to make it not so challenging to yourself, because eventually you get to learn the ropes of Lexia and you get to know whether or not if you're good at this or if you're bad at that.
This does not replace good instruction. This is not replacing the group that they do together as a whole group. It doesn't replace the group that they do as a small group. It is a supplemental reading program.
You know how kids' brains are always growing, and it actually helps you learn knowledge. That way you can kind of use it later on in adult life.